folks, and welcome back to the Whiskey Friend with me, Alan. Yes, another brand new video. In today's video, I'm going to try and attempt something a little bit different. Most of you are probably aware that Kilkerran became 16 years old this year, and they've just released the Kilkerran 16, and they've added that now to the Kilkerran core range. So what I'm going to try and attempt today is to maybe go through from the very beginning, from Glengyle to Kilkerran, from the early days up until now, and I'm going to try and drink a couple of whiskies along the way. So without any further ado, I'm just going to crack into it. I'll give you a little bit of history, and I may as well start with Glengyle Distillery. Was founded in 1872 by William Mitchell, and it was completed in 1873. Mitchell had been involved with Springbank Distillery, but after he had a wee bit of a quarrel with his brother John, he ventured out on his own. By 1919, the distillery was sold due to economic downturn after the war, and by 1924 it was sold again, and by 1925 it had ceased to produce any whisky, and all the remaining stocks were sold off. In the late 2000s, Mitchell's Glengyle Limited was formed with the purpose of renovating and rebuilding the distillery. Over the next 4 years, the buildings were repaired and restored, as the original equipment had been disposed of in the 1920s. New stills, malt mills, a mash tun and washbacks were installed, along with all the related equipment. Most was not new, but reclaimed for other closed distilleries. So it took 4 years. So in 2004, the first spirit was bottled and started coming out, which was the work in progress range. I don't know if you can see it above me here. There was 10 bottles that was released. The first one came out in 2004, which I think there was 9,000 bottles of that released. You probably see that the first one's probably missing. There's a reason for that, guys, because it's your lucky day. I'm going to crack that one open today and share it with you. So yeah, this is the 2004 work in progress, #1, bottled at 46%, non-chill filtered and natural colour. Wouldn't expect anything else from Kilkerran. So let's crack this open, guys. Wow, it's been a while that. Let's pour some of this in here. Oh, there's the glug. Wow. Wow, so oily on that cork. So there we go. This is a 5-year-old Kilkerran. Look at that colour. I think I poured a nice big one there, eh? Look at that. I even think there's a little bit of sediment in the bottom of that. That's how natural that is. Real nice. So, let's taste a little bit. So it has that typical Kilkerran nose. Citrus. Hay. Lemon. Not picking up any peat on this one yet. I'll let that settle for a little bit, and then I'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, so the first spirit, the first real core range bottle was expected to come out in 2014, but I don't think it got there. I think what happened next is this came out in 2009. Then came the grey one in 2010, so that would be a 6-year-old. Then came the green in 2011, which would be number 7. The toffee bottle came out in 2012. Then it changed slightly in 2013 when the blue one came out, but they produced a sherry bottle and a bourbon bottle, and those were approximately 9 years old. 2014 came the pink, again sherry and bourbon, bottled at 10 years old. And then in 2015 came the green, which again was the bourbon and sherry cask. So, but I think the difference with that one is the bourbon one, they changed the rule a little bit. All the rest were 46% ABV, but the bourbon cask came out at 54.1, so that was done at a cask strength. Both fantastic. So let me just taste a little bit of this. Wow. Lots of lemon, lots of citrus. A little bit of spice. It's spirit driven, you would expect it's a real young spirit. See, no peat, I'm not picking up any peat on this at this stage. But wow, real nice. Let's taste it. Okay, wow. It's young, it's powerful, it's aggressive, it's spirit driven, it's spicy. Even at such a young age, there's a lot going on with it. It's got that typical, it's lemony, it's citrusy, that hay characters, that cereal characters there. There's a little bit more peat on the palate now than there was originally on the nose. But yeah, just a wonderful spirit. And I'm looking forward to going through the rest of this bottle. Hopefully I'll share some of it out with some of the guys. But yeah, no, a great start at Kilkerran. Wow. Just so nice. A little perfume on the nose as well. There's a little perfume, a little floral aroma. Oh, a little oaky note. But yeah, it's quite... It's a little bit fruity. The vanilla is there, it's definitely vanilla. The vanilla and the honey and the toffee are all there. I think this is predominantly bourbon cask, this one. Maybe a touch, I'm sure there's probably, because there's a little bit of sherry notes in here, a little bit of raisin, a little bit of sultana. So I think there's a sherry bourbon maturation, I'm not too sure what it was. Let's move on. So the journey moves on. That took us through until 2014. So say that last, the bourbon, the green bottle was bottled in 2014. I think it took probably late 2015, early 2016, and I might even have gone into 2016, came along the first official bottling of Kilkerran, which was this one that we all know today is the Kilkerran 12, and it started really to put Kilkerran on the map. I think a few years went by. For me, it was always a daily sipper for me. I have done a full review on this one today, guys, so I'm going to have a little sip today, but I'm not going to go into it in mega detail. I'm only sipping it really because I can. Yeah, Kilkerran 12, 46%, non-chill filtered, natural colour. As you can see, the labels are all the same. The labelling has remained the same all the way through, nothing fancy, just enough detail on it to tell you that it's non-chill filtered and natural colour, and it's 46%. So yeah, this became a daily sipper. I also thought it became one of the most affordable, most best priced, best value for money 12-year-olds on the market, and I think it still is to this day because it's remained so consistent. Just super. The difference now that it's moved on from the hashtag 1 that I've just done, this is much more floral. It's a bit more rounded. I think the first one was a little bit rougher around the edges, but this is much more floral, much more sweet. I think this is 70% bourbon cask, 30% sherry casks. But wow, all that real honey, butterscotch, a little bit of toasted marshmallow. But the nuts are there, it's almondy, that little bit of marzipan, but at the same time you've got this beautiful cereal notes. But yeah, wow. If you want to go and check out the full review, guys, I'll pop a link above. But yeah, let's taste it, time's getting on. Wow, a little bit more peat. I think the peat's become more than this. I think as they've progressed, this has gradually become a little bit more rounded, a little bit more well balanced. Absolutely fantastic whiskey, and the price, you cannot complain with the price. It's never got any money, because it's started off £35 to £40 and it's remained £35 to £40. Granted guys, Kilkerran's now on everybody's radar. There's never enough of it. Whenever something new comes out, there's always a scramble. Luckily enough, the 12-year-old's been remained pretty consistent and pretty easy to get a hold of. I think the last 6 months it's been a little bit tougher, but I think that's been due to everything being closed down. But yeah, so that was kind of 2016, probably up to the present day. In between, let's have a look what we got coming next. Next one's up was the 8-year-old Kilkerran cask strength came out. I've actually tried to order another 8-year-old bourbon cask to get it in time for this video, but it's not arrived in time. So I do have the 8-year-old. I think everybody knows what I think about the 8-year-old, so I'm not going to bother trying that one today. But yeah, the bourbon casks, the reason we Kilkerran, because of the labels, guys, they're not easy to distinguish which is which. So they do come in batches, but it's usually in ABVs, the best way to tell. So I think this Oloroso one is the 57.1% ABV, but I think previous 8-year-old, the bourbon casks have come out at 56.2 and 57.3 and stuff like that. There's different, the only way you can tell the different batches is through the ABVs. But then probably around about 2018 came along they got into heavily peated. So again, this was the batch 1. So I've got batch 1, batch 2, batch 3. Wow. Let's do that. Batch 3. Yep. I have tried them. I have reviewed a couple of them. In fact, I've reviewed all of them. I think I did the batch 1 and batch 2 together, which I'll pop a link to that. I've just recently released batch 3 as a review. Again, I'll pop a link to that. Can't wait for batch 4 because they're getting better and better and better. But I may as well while I'm here. It'd be rude not to, so let's do a little bit of the peated, heavily peated. Wow. The colour looks great on all of them, doesn't it? Wow. This is my little Campbelltown wall. Got your Springbanks and your Kilkerrans. But let's do a little bit of peated. This is the batch 3 peated, guys. Wow, that's wicked. Noses are great on all of them. This has got a real sweet peat nose. Some nice spice right at the back. There's a little nip on the nose. This one is bottled at 59.7, so it's a bit of a whopper. Wow, such fragrant noses, such beautiful noses. Wow. Let's have a little sip. Let's indulge. Such an oily mouthfeel. That has a real kick, that one. You certainly know it's 59.7. But I was never one for peat, guys, but I think the Kilkerran has helped me along on that journey because I'm loving this heavily peated. And I can't wait for the batch 4 to come out. That's how, and it's never been me to be down that peaty road, but I'm certainly loving this one. As you can see, I'm having a great time with this one, getting through this beautifully. I've just recently acquired it. Wow, awesome. So now, brings us up to today, guys. 2020, 16-year-old Kilkerran. Maybe I should have left that Kilkerran, but let me just give it a little rinse, see if I can get rid of that peat. I'm going to have a little sip of Kilkerran 16, just been released this week, folks. Again, yes, there was a little bit of a scramble trying to get a hold of it. Managed to get a couple. Let's pour a little bit of this. Yeah. Just while I'm on the subject to these folks, they've just now changed the bottle of, as you can see, the bottles are changing, different bottles, so it's going to play a wee bit of havoc on my shelves. They've now gone to the Springbank bottle. It's got the beautiful little 2 stills on there as well, which is fantastic. Yeah, so it seems to be pretty standard now. Established 2004. Yeah, again, 46% is a 16. This is now the core range. I think, yeah, there was a wee bit of scramble, guys, but I think as it settles down, it will become, I'm not too sure how many bottles has been released of it. I've got lots of friends who've managed to get them. Yeah, I see on Facebook and Twitter and all the social media platforms that some people are still struggling to get it. I think it's predominantly overseas that's struggling at the minute. I'm not too sure how much goes overseas. But wow, just on this one again, guys, it's such a fragrant nose, very, very citrus forward, very fruity, plums, apples, pears, marzipan. Wow, just real rich fruits. It's like a fruit basket. So I'm just going to dive in and have a quick sip. That's so easy to drink, guys. There's a little bit more peat on the palate than there is on the nose. So easy to drink that. This is going to become, this might take over from the Glenfarclas 12. This might become the dangerous dram. I'm tossed up between the heavily peated as the dangerous dram and the Kilkerran 16. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to getting to know this bottle a wee bit better. But yeah, it's just now. So Kilkerran has a little bit of a core range now. So the core range would be the 12-year-old core, 46%. It would have the Kilkerran heavily peated. We're coming up to batch 3 at the minute. We've now got the 16-year-old. Who knows what's coming next? Is there an 18 coming next? Are they going to go to a 20? I've heard rumours they're just going to go straight to 20 after this, but let's watch this space and wait and see. But yeah, no guys, that's me pretty much. I'm loving Kilkerran. The great things with me is it's such wonderful whiskey, it's such quality whiskey. It's available. It's getting tougher now, it's getting harder now than it was in the early days. It was pretty easy to get a hold of it. I found it still pretty easy to get a hold of it if you try hard enough. But I think the great thing about it is, and you've got to hold your hands up and take your hat off to Kilkerran and Springbank, is they've kept it. The value is great money. I see, I've just bought a Springbank cask strength as well, the new cask strength at £52, I think. So it's phenomenal money. One of the things with Kilkerran, what they've managed to do when we came as a new distillery, when you compare the new distilleries of today, the prices seem crazy, mad prices. Your Bimbers and your Waterfords, the prices just seem crazy prices for new whiskies. This was always, I think these work in progresses, when they came out, they were about £30 a bottle. And they pretty much remained that way all the way through. I think Kilkerran came out, the Kilkerran 12 came out at £35, 35 to 40, and it's consistently stayed that value. The heavily peated came out about £45. The cask strength 8 Oloroso, which was a world, everybody was talking about it and around the world. £50 a bottle. And this new 16-year-old, I think I purchased that at £56, 61 with shipping. So yeah, the price for me is just absolutely fantastic stuff. But guys, over to you. I'm going to hand the reins over. I've loved my Kilkerran journey. If you've had your journey, just drop me a comment, let me know how it's gone. Have you tried all of these? Have you tried any of them? How easy is it to get Kilkerran in your neck of the woods? How hard is it to get it? I know it's tough in some places. Sometimes you think even in the UK it's tough for some whiskies to get here, particularly Springbanks and things like that. They seem to be sending a lot overseas, so I think some guys overseas tend to be able to get it a wee bit easier than we can get it here, which is crazy mad, but that's how it is. I love your comments. Just fire into your comments, guys. If you've liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, guys, what are you waiting for? Hit the button. It's just down below there. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. It's completely free. You're helping the channel massively on its way to the magical 3K. So that's pretty much, guys. Until the next time, pleasure's in the sharing. See you soon. Okay folks, if some of you have managed to hang around to the very end, wow, you're all legends. Thank you very much. What I'm planning to do today, guys, just as a little bonus, I've cracked open a few of these whiskies. So I've got the heavily peated batch 3, I've got the Oloroso 8, I have the 16-year-old Kilkerran 16, I have the 12-year-old Kilkerran, and I have the new, well, the original hashtag work in progress batch 1. I'm going to put them into a little pack and I'm going to drop them off to someone. If you want to get a hold of this little pack, just prop in samples in below in your comments and I'll pick a lucky winner at one of my live streams. I'll do it a random draw and I'll get them off to someone. So really, thanks very much, guys, for hanging on to the end, and I'll see you all very soon. Thank you very much. Bye bye.